You can't. You can't flip houses with absolutely no money, but it can get you pretty dang close, and I'll show you how on this video. And let me be clear, I'm not talking about wholesaling, novations, or any other technique where you never actually own the property. I'm talking about finding a great deal, contracting to buy it at a discount, getting the funding to buy it, closing, and taking title, then either add value by doing improvements or just resell it for a profit. That's what I mean by flipping. Buying and selling real estate the good old-fashioned way. I'm Jerry Norton. I've been flipping real estate for over 20 years, and here on my YouTube channel, I show you how to do the same. So if you want to be a flipping genius, subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. Let's be honest, if you had access to capital, you would wholesale less and flip more. I'm not necessarily talking about rehabbing. I'm saying that great deal you wholesale for $10,000, you could net $30,000 if all you did was buy it and resell it. Don't believe me? Ask any legit wholesaler how often their cash buyers do nothing to the properties that they wholesaled them, and all they did was resold them on the open market for a bigger profit. I do it all the time. I buy great deals from wholesalers, I do little to nothing to the property, and then resell them for a profit. So why don't more people flip houses? Why is the wholesaling industry 100 times the size of the flipping industry? I believe there are two primary reasons. First, it takes capital to buy the properties, and getting access to capital is challenging for most people, especially new investors. Anybody can get a good deal. All that takes is hustle and consistency, which is one reason why there are 100 wholesalers for every one flipper. Actually getting the funding to buy those deals requires more than just getting a good deal. No one wants to give you money to buy real estate if you don't know what you're doing, no experience, you have bad credit, which shows you can't manage your finances, and no cash reserves in the bank to service the debt or weather any storms. That's way too risky. By the way, whenever you see random posts on Facebook, investor groups promising 100% funding, it's a scam. A legit lender would not be posting that on Facebook groups. Now, I've got a vision to change this, to make capital more accessible. I partnered up with a $150 million fund, and we're running a pilot program right now to lend 100% of the capital. I believe this will revolutionize the wholesaling industry and frankly, the only and best way forward. And I'll tell you more about this in a minute, so keep watching. The second reason why more people don't flip is because rehabbing is time-consuming and difficult. Managing contractors and keeping to a budget is not easy. Here's my response to that. Don't rehab houses. Learn how to source and find good deals just like wholesalers do. Get the capital to buy those deals. I'll provide it for you. Then resell them on the open market without fixing them up. In time, maybe start some light rehabbing and maybe in time do some bigger projects. But flipping can just be buying and selling. This is how every other industry does it. CarMax is the largest retailer of used cars in the United States. They sell 1 million cars a year, grossing $25 billion in revenue. Guess what CarMax does? They buy used cars at a discount by giving car owners the speed and convenience of a cash offer, then they immediately resell them at market value, 1 million times a year. Same thing a wholesaler does, except they actually buy the cars. This is exactly what OfferPad and Opendoor and other iBuyers do as well. Buy low and sell high. What a novel idea. Now, some people refer to this as wholetailing, but it's remained a little known and little used strategy in real estate, mostly because we figured out how to assign contracts without owning anything. But in time, I believe that's going to change, mostly because traditional wholesaling is getting regulated and it's getting more and more difficult. Now, I coined this technique of buying and reselling real estate the Takedown Method because it sounds way cooler, and I'm moving more and more in this direction with my real estate businesses. I did an entire series on how to do the Takedown Method here on my YouTube channel. I'll put the playlist link in the description below, but I highly recommend you watch that. The reason why I'm doing more and more of the Takedown Method is because not only can you make 2 to 4 times more money than traditional wholesaling, but it's also the next best alternative to wholesaling. And if you plan on being around long term, you better learn how to do it. I believe the 2 greatest skills you can learn are 1, how to source, find, and contract good deals, and 2, how to raise capital to buy those deals. Learn those 2 skills and you are unstoppable. Okay, back to 100% funding. Like I said, right now we're doing a pilot program to provide 100% funding for takedown deals. Let me show you 2 takedown deals we're funding right now for Jose Dixon. The first deal is in Sequin, Texas. Jose has the contract for $190,000, which is approximately 70% of the as-is value of $270,000. The second deal is in Jacksonville, Florida. Now this deal, Jose has the contract for $215,000, and the as-is value is also right at 70% or $305,000. On both these deals, we're funding the purchase with zero down, and we're even rolling in finance and closing fees into the loan. Now, like I said, these are both takedown deals. Jose is going to resell them as quickly as he can, and if he hits those numbers and sells them in under 90 days, he should net $40,000 to $50,000 per deal. That's after financing, commissions, closing costs, and everything. I guarantee you he would not make that much money wholesaling them. So why are we giving Jose 100% of the capital and rolling in the fees? There are 4 major factors we look at, and Jose checked all the boxes. 1, he found a great deal at 70% of the as-is value. 2, he has some experience. 3, he has decent credit. And 4, he has some cash in the bank. So we felt safe enough to lend to Jose at 100%. So let's talk about each of these 4 criteria. The first one is the deal. Now, it can't be too rural. Stay within 45 minutes of a major metro market. We have to be able to easily establish the value. And the value needs to be at least 70% of the as-is value, not ARV, but as is. That leaves enough room to resell it for a significant profit, and it leaves room for error. Number 2 is experience. If you've never done a deal, it's going to be hard to give you 100%. You may need to put a little bit of money down. You may need to make up for it by having, a really extra good deal, maybe good credit. And look, I get it. Everyone starts somewhere. So do what you can do, get some experience, and it will get easier and easier to get capital. Number 3 is credit. We are going to look at credit. When you're asking for 100%, we need to see your credit. If your score is under 640, that's bad. 640 to 680 is okay. Over 680 is good. Over 700, excellent. Now, if your credit's bad, you will need to compensate for it by having a better deal or having some experience or having some cash to put down. Okay, number 4 is cash in the bank. If you have 0 in the bank, you are very high risk. If you can service the monthly payments, that's better. If you can come to closing with $5,000 or $10,000 to pay the closing fees, that's even better. If you have 0 in the bank and you need the fees and the payments and everything rolled into the loan, you better have good credit and you better have a smoking good deal. You see, all 4 things play a factor in your ability to get 100% funding. 1, a good deal. 2, experience. 3, credit. And 4, cash on hand. So let's say you have 0 cash, no experience, and bad credit. Can you still get 100% funding? Yes, but the deal better be at like 40% of value or better. Why? To offset the risk. If you blow it and I have to take back the property, I better be able to sell it and be made whole. Now, I hope that makes sense. Now, what about traditional fix and flips? Yes, we'll lend on fix and flips at 100%, but we're going to be relying more heavily on experience. Okay, so like I said, this is a pilot program. Stay tuned for more details as we work through the bugs. But if you have an off-market deal that's at least 70% of the current as-is value and you want to take it down, I'll put an application link in the description below for you to apply for 100% funding. Now, if you get a deal that would be a good takedown and you don't want to buy it and flip it, and you want just to get paid a finder fee, I'll buy those deals and pay you $10,000. To learn more about how to be a finder for me, go to my10kcheck.com to register for a free training. Now next, I want you to watch a video where I break down all the numbers on a recent takedown deal so you can see what this looks like. Watch that now, and I'll see you on the next video.